So it's done generating the audio. Let's see if the control instruction worked out great and also the accent.
Non ti sto chiedendo soldi, non ti sto chiedendo un rene, solo un click su iscriviti, che è gratuito, quindi non hai davvero scuse.
That sounded much better. In a previous video, we covered VoxCPM 0.5b cloning voices from a reference clip. We passed in different reference clips with voices like JARVIS, Optimus, Ultron. The cloning worked out really well in that video. I'm going to drop the link to that video in this video description. You can check it out afterwards. Anyways, VoxCPM2, which is the model we're going to be talking about today, ships something the 0.5b never had, which is voice design. Now, with voice design, you don't need to pass in any reference audio or any audio clip. All you need to do is pass in a description in natural language, and this description could contain the gender, the age, tone, emotion, and pace of that particular speaker which you want to generate the voice for. This is really, really simple and really cool because all you need to do is pass in a text in and you get a new voice out. Now, since this is a key feature and it's called out under the highlights of this model card, it means we're definitely going to pressure test this. And we're also going to pressure test all these features like the controllable cloning and the, I don't know why they named it ultimate cloning. It's just cloning because all you're passing in here is the audio and the transcript. That's basically what you're passing in with the text you want to generate next. So it's basic cloning, while the controllable cloning, I think this one is a cool one because you're cloning a voice from a short clip with optional style guidance to steer emotion, pace, and expression while preserving timbre. So you're maintaining the same voice, but you're steering the emotion, how it actually talks, pace, and all that. So I think that's actually really, really cool. So we're definitely going to be pressure testing these 3 key highlights. Now, another cool thing about this model is it supports 30 languages. It's basically multilingual, and these are the languages it supports. Now, the question we're going to be answering in this video is how well this actually performs when it comes to being multilingual, when it comes to voice design, when it comes to controllable cloning, and also normal cloning. I don't know why they gave it ultimates. It's really funny to look at. Anyways, we are definitely going to answer those questions in this video. How well it performs. Is it really good? Is it any good? Anyways, to get started, all you need to do is head over to files and versions as usual and download all this. You can ignore the readme.md if you'd like. All you need to do is click on these tiny buttons and you place them in your model weights folder. If you don't want to go through that hassle, you can just use the Hugging Face Hub CLI to pull these Hugging Face repo into whatever directory you like, and you use it as your model weights folder. Now, the next thing you're going to do is head over to Github repo. And as usual, we're going to be using Github repo for our project directory. Now, let's head over to our IDE because I'm done setting all this up. So I have my project directory all set up, and in here, I have my model weights folder. I placed it here for accessibility's sake. Anyways, I also have this audio folder. This is where I'm going to place all the audio files, which I will use for all of our tests in this video. Now let's begin. First things first. So we'll begin once this is done, creating our virtual environment and installing all the requirements. So it's all done and our virtual environment is currently activated. So let's check if VoxCPM is all set up. Okay, we have that. Now let's create a new file and let's run a simple voice design test. So let's just change this. So this is text we're going to pass in. And as you can see, this is the description of the speaker. A Cyborg pirate 50s, voice like gravel and warmth mixed together, unhurried and deliberate, a faint brogue underneath everything. So as you can see, this is the voice description for the speaker, and this is the text that that speaker is going to say. So for voice design, everything containing these brackets here is the description of the speaker and the speaker's voice, and the rest is basically what that speaker is going to say when we generate the audio. So everything looks good. So if you run main.py currently, it's going to pull this model into your catch directory automatically, and it will pull it once, just once. But if you want to use your local model weights, then you would have to make all the necessary changes. You can just make all this change, and I set it to local files only. So that's what you need to do. And I think it also needs zip enhancer. You can choose to download all these and keep them here. But since this is a very tiny model, I honestly don't care because I can just re-download it anytime. Let's run main.py. So it's done generating the audio. So it's done generating the audio. Let's hear it.
I've crossed half the galaxy, Jim. Every scar's a story. You'd do well to start collecting a few of your own.
That was not bad. That was actually not bad. That was really good. So since our last test worked out great, let's check out the web app. So I have the web folder here. I renamed the audio folder to web. So we have our refs. Those are our reference audios. And these are characters from the Treasure Planet animated movie. So we'll definitely try to clone this cyborg called Silver. But first, let's try cloning these two voices. I would love to see if it can clone my voice without any problems, without giving me the weird African accent or Jarvis's voice for all time's sake, obviously. Anyways, let's check it out. Let's run it. So as you can see, we have different files here. This file is basically redundant. So we have the narrator.py, which contains all the core functionalities, like loading up the model and generating the audio. These are things that the app.py actually requires. And it also contains transcribe, which uses the sense voice model. That's another thing that actually changed. I downloaded this sense voice small model weights. This is for transcription. It's an ASR, automatic speech recognition model, and you can use it for transcribing audio, that is speech to text. That's what you can actually use it for. So it's a very tiny, it's a very small model. I think it's just 1 gig. It's not that small, but anyways, we can use it to auto transcribe the audio files that we want to clone. That's something that's really important. So currently all that this is doing now, we're running web.app, is it's loading up the model first, so we don't have to load up the model every time we want to generate an audio. So every time we want to try out voice cloning or controllable voice cloning or maybe voice design, we don't need to be loading up the model each time. So that's something that's really important. So once it's done and it shows us our URL, we can head over to our browser and begin. So it's finally downloading up all the models. And another thing I forgot to mention was zip enhancer. Now this is actually used for denoising. That is, if you want to enhance the audio which you're sending into the voice cloning model, you're going to see that option once we head over to our web app. So it has actually served up the web app to this or on this particular URL. So let's head over there. So as you can see, we have voice design and you can import the text. Make sure you do format it as usual, but you can pass in the control instruction, which is basically the speaker description. And then you can pass in the target text. So in controllable cloning, you pass in the reference clip and the control instructions, then you can pass in the target text. So this would actually help steer the audio it's going to generate or how the speaker is going to sound and all that. So this is going to be really cool to try out. But first, let's head over to cloning. Anyways, so we can pass in our audio, then we can click on auto transcribe reference, or we can just pass in the transcript here. But if you click on this, it will automatically fill this in with the transcript it gets from the audio file. So it's basically using Sense Voice the model which we downloaded and placed in our project folder. So that's what it's using to transcribe, and it's passing it in here. Then you pass in your target text. Now you can also denoise. Now this is where zip enhancer comes in. Keep that in mind. First, let's try out the JARVIS.wave. So let's hear it.
Accessing alarm and interface settings. In this window, you can set up your customized greeting and alarm preferences. The world needs your expertise, or at least your presence.
So as you can hear, that's what it actually transcribed. Now let's pass in the target text. This is basically what this particular speaker is going to say here. So this is the text we're passing in. The model is loaded and ready, sir. I've taken the liberty of pre-generating the reference clips, blah, blah, blah. So let's do this and let's generate it. So for this particular model, this is going to take a while. Now, if you're running this on a PC with a beefy GPU or VRAM, it won't take that long. So let's come back once this is done. So it's done generating the audio. Let's hear it.
The model is loaded and ready, sir. I've taken the liberty of pre-generating the reference clips while you were deciding which tab to open. You're welcome, of course.
That was actually really, really good. So let's try cloning my voice. And we're going to pass in a new text. Okay, let's run it. And let's first hear what it sounds like.
So this is basically a sample audio. We want to try out Pocket.
So in that reference audio, I was basically reading off a script. Anyways, I have very little faith that this would be able to clone my voice without adding that weird accent. But let's see what happens. We'll be back once this is done generating the audio. So it's done generating the audio. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Hi there, can you hear me talking? If you can, do not forget to subscribe. That would be great.
That was not really bad. It wasn't that bad, but it was really fast paced for whatever reason. And also it had a little bit of that weird accent I was talking about, but overall it wasn't that bad. It's basically a pass. Anyways, let's move over to controllable cloning, which is basically the most interesting one. So later on in this video, we're going to try out the multilingual capability of this model using this controllable cloning. But for now, let's try cloning my voice. We are going to slow it down a little bit because last time we generated something, it was fast paced. So I passed in this text. So once it actually gets to this point, I will pause it, then I will speak. So you'll compare the both of them before it continues playing. So let's generate this. So it's done generating the audio. So let's hear it.
Hi there, this is me talking, and
This is me talking.
can you tell who's talking at all?
Okay, it had that weird accent, but it actually sped up, but it wasn't mid-sentence. It was actually at the end here.
Can you tell who's talking at all?
So it spoke really fast here. So let's pass in something different. Let's pass in Silver. So this is a character from the animated movie Treasure Planet. And this is a dub audio actually, but I think it will do the job. So let's pass in our control instruction. Very slow, long pauses between sentences, like each one needs to land before the next begins. Okay, let's pass in our target text. I wanted to change this to noobs, but let's leave it as Jimbo. Okay, so let's run this and we'll be back once this is done. So it's done generating the audio, but first let's hear the reference clip.
There'll be plenty work awaiting for you afterwards. Next thing you know, they'll be saying I've gone soft. More
So let's hear what the preview sounds like.
Jimbo, this here machine can sound like anyone. Your mum, the captain, even me. And all it needs is a wee voice clip and a description. Aye, we've gone and made it so the only thing stopping a scallywag from stealing a voice is a conscience.
That was not bad. That was not bad at all. It had some pauses, but not very long pauses. So let's pass in a different language. So let's try out the multilingual capability. Okay, so this is what we're passing in. We're passing in French, and let's generate the preview. So it's finally done. Let's hear it.
Jimbo, la machine parle 30 langues. Et moi, j'en parle une. Avec un accent douteux.
I don't know if that was great. I honestly don't know. So for the multilingual test, let's transcribe. So I decided not to use the controllable cloning for this. Let's just pass in the text and let's denoise as usual and generate a preview. So we'll be back once this is done generating the audio. So it's done generating the audio. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Jimbo, la machine parle 30 langues. Et moi j'en parle une. Avec un accent douteux.
Okay, that sounded much better than the last one, honestly. But if you're a French speaker, you can let me know how it did when it comes to the French, like the language it spoke, if it actually translated properly. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this test. Let's move on. So let's pass in my voice and try another interesting language. Scribe. This is the text you're passing in and it's in Italian, as you can see. I don't think I've run any test previously with the Italian language. This is the first time. So let's hear how it actually turns out. So it's done generating the audio. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Non ti sto chiedendo soldi, non ti sto chiedendo un rene, solo un click su iscriviti, che è gratuito, quindi non hai davvero scuse.
That was actually really hilarious. It sounded like I was rapping in Italian or I was saying some form of prayer. I was reciting something. Anyways, let's try controllable voice cloning for this. So let's paste it in again, and this time we'll pass in a control instruction. Okay, let's generate preview, and we'll be back once this is done generating the audio. So it's done generating the audio. Let's see if the control instruction worked out great and also the accent.
Non ti sto chiedendo soldi, non ti sto chiedendo un rene, solo un click su iscriviti, che è gratuito, quindi non hai davvero scuse.
That sounded much better, like way much better. It didn't sound like I was reciting an incantation or rapping. It sounded really good, and it was slow paced, which is which is what I wanted, and it also had that Italian accent. So basically, the control instruction worked out great. And for my final thoughts, I do think the VoxCPM2 model is a really good model, a very decent model, because it does voice design and also voice cloning, both the controllable and the normal voice cloning really well. And it's also multilingual. As you saw earlier, we passed in Italian and also French, and it did a pretty decent job. I also used the control instruction for controllable voice cloning to give it the Italian accent and make it slow pace. And it actually turned out really, really decent. So it's really cool to see, honestly, because when we tried the Qwen 3 TTS family of models that does voice design and also voice cloning, it actually split that up into different models. It basically came in a family of models. It's not just one model. And VoxCPM2 is basically a 2 billion parameter model, as you can see. So it's really small and it supports 30 languages and it also does all that. So it's really cool. Like, it's a very decent model if you want to check it out. And if you do want to enjoy this model, make sure you do have a beefy GPU or a VRAM. You would definitely enjoy it. Another thing I failed to talk about, like I failed to cover in this video because this video is getting lengthy, is the streaming. Now, as you can see here, you can use the model.streaming and you pass in your text, and these audio chunks, you can actually output them or you can concatenate them and at the end of the day save them here. So it's something you can actually check out if you like, if you want to do voice streaming. But another thing to take into consideration is the stuttering. So you actually need a PC with a very beefy GPU to use this model for streaming. So just keep that in mind, but it's really good that it's actually here. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Do not forget to like the video if you did enjoy it, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It's free. So do not forget to do that, and do not forget to hit the bell notification icon if you want to get notified when I release a new video on this channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice one.